Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jazia. So today I'm going to be doing like my ultimate self-care guide to glowing up. So I'm going to be like sharing all of my secrets and tips. So this is going to be like a physical kind of glow up routine. So if you're interested, keep on watching and let's get into the video. Okay, so let's start with skincare. Like that's the foundation. I've been doing skincare like since a very young age. I've been, very into skincare before it became like a thing. So what do I look for in skincare? I look for protection, smoothness, glow, and strengthening of the skin barrier. That is kind of like what I look for in a good skincare routine. So what are my key ingredients? Because I know like that's what's gonna work for me. Retinol, azelaic acid, glycolic acid, salicylic acid, I would say niacinamide, ceramides, and then vitamin C, but like a specific kind of form of vitamin C. And I'm gonna take my phone for this one because for the life of me I cannot pronounce this ingredient. So it's called tetrahydrodecyl ascorbate. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, probably not. This one is like now my favorite vitamin C. And like any antioxidants, any form of vitamin A, and I've used like everything. I've used tretinoin, adapalene, retinaldehyde, and retinol. But right now I use retinol. I've been using it for like a year now, and I'm using like this one by Drunk Elephant. So this is the A-PASSIONI retinol cream, and I love the ingredients in here. It has like most beautiful ingredient list. Like it has niacinamide, antioxidants, the tetra, the very like difficult to pronounce vitamin C. It has really good ingredients. I love that it's like all in one product, so that is a must for me. Then also glycolic acid. So this is like the NeoStrata. So this is like 10% AHA. So this is something that I've been using for maybe 7 or 8 years. I don't know, a very long time. I really like this one. If I'm not using this, then I would be using the Paula's Choice one, and this is like the 2%. So it's either like the glycolic or this one. I don't use both of them at the same time because it's obviously too much for my skin. And then also azelaic acid. So this one has been my favorite lately, and I've used like many. I've used like the one from The Ordinary, also a very good one. I have used like the 15%, like the prescription one, but actually this one is my favorite. And also it has the ingredients. When I use like these products, I only have to use like 2 products at night, and that's all that I need because it has so many good ingredients. Like everything that I just mentioned is all within these products. So this has like 10% azelaic acid, 1% salicylic acid, and then like all the other good stuff, like everything that I just mentioned, a lot of it is in here. For vitamin C, this one has like been my favorite, but I also have the Image Skincare one, which is like a medical grade skincare brand, which I am in love with. It's actually like my all-time favorite. This one is my second favorite, but again, I was so impressed by the ingredients in this. However, I will do like a separate skincare routine where I like talk about everything that I use, why I use it. So right now I'm not going to show like my entire skincare routine, but just to like, talk about what I consider to be like the most important. So now for sunscreen, I like my protection to be physical, like the mineral base, like the zinc oxide and the titanium dioxide. It works best for my skin. I also get like the best protection. I've already like mentioned in one of my previous video that I have like sun sensitivity. I've been having this now since I was like 20 years old. So when I go out in the sun, my skin gets like these little bumps. So when I wear sunscreen, I don't have that problem. But not just any sunscreen. So I get the best protection when I use mineral physical based sunscreen or a hybrid, which is like a mix between mineral and chemical. But if I use only a chemical sunscreen, I don't get the best protection, and I will usually get bumps on my skin again. Like the one that I've been loving a lot lately is also by Image Skincare. This is the tinted moisturizer, and it's like SPF 30. I've been using this now for months. I actually have it on my face right now, so I really like this. So this is basically like a mineral tinted sunscreen. So this one is also by Image Skincare, like one of my favorite brands, and this is like not tinted, but it's also a mineral SPF 30. And then probably like my all-time favorite, this one from Tatcha. I've been using this for, I don't know, also maybe like 6, 7, 8 years, a very long time. This one is the best, but it's very difficult to get my hands on this. So this is like a hybrid. So this has like chemical and mineral filters. So this gives me the best protection because then I get the best of both worlds, you know, like the chemical and the mineral. I love, 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 love this. But I will talk about this like in a skincare routine video. Like another thing I would have to say about skincare is that skincare does not have to be expensive because I have like been there, done that. I have like done everything, you know. I was really like into like the Korean skincare, you know, French pharmacy. I was really into like The Ordinary, a very good brand. It's a brand that I still recommend to many people because I have used like many of their products. Right now in my life, I gravitate towards like medical skincare brands and like the indie kind of brands. Not because they're better, just because I know what I'm looking for in terms of like the composition of ingredients. So if I see like one product that has like multiple ingredients of what I'm looking for, that's what I'm gonna get. There's no difference, and it does not have to be expensive. It really makes no difference. I've had all kinds of routines, all kinds of budgets, and I've always achieved like amazing results regardless of the price. So that is something I really want to mention. So this is what I do for skincare. Okay, now moving on to oral dental health. This is also very, very important for me, and I have recently discovered an ingredient called xylitol. Never heard of it. I did some research on it and I was so impressed by like what it's capable of doing. So I have seen people that have successfully reversed cavities just by chewing on xylitol gum. Like there was a podcast with Joe Rogan where a woman talked about how she had like a bunch of cavities and she had like a dental appointment, but she wanted to like wait until after her pregnancy. And during that time she did like some research and she also like discovered xylitol, and she started chewing on xylitol every day, all day, especially like after every single meal. And she was like doing this throughout like her entire pregnancy. And by the time she went back to the dentist, all the cavities were gone. I was shocked. And she was not the only one, because I did some research. I have found multiple people that have successfully got rid of cavities just by chewing on a xylitol. And you know, there's like many ingredients that you can use. Cod liver oil, which I'm also using right now. But if it has the ability to like reverse cavities, obviously it will also help with the prevention of it. So that is like what I now do. So I now chew on xylitol all day, every day. And if I forget, then I will make sure that I chew at least after like every single meal. And I like it flavored, so I always buy like bubble gum or like anything fruity. I have bought this on iHerb, so this is like where I like to get my xylitol from. So now I carry this with me everywhere I go, like in my purse, in my bedroom, downstairs, in the kitchen, like everywhere around the house, there's xylitol gum. After every single meal or drink, I chew on xylitol. So now I'm obsessed with this ingredient and I use like everything in my routine that has xylitol. For example, like I have like more xylitol gum, but like it's empty, this one, so I need to buy like another one. I use like a xylitol based mouth spray, so this is like a dry mouth moisturizing spray with a xylitol, so it's also good for like your breath. I use a xylitol based toothpaste and I love both, very, very good. This one is activated probiotic toothpaste, so it's like non-toxic and it has very impressive ingredients. This one is also a xylitol based toothpaste, so I like both of them. So I use it all the time and I've almost like finished this one. So now I'm like literally obsessed with this ingredient and it's like part of my everyday dental hygiene routine. So I'm also like taking these like dental supplements. So this is the Pro Dental Premium Probiotic Supplement. So this is like good for like a healthy microbiome. It's good for like your intestinal health and it's also good for like your breath. I have been using this now for several months and it's almost finished, so I also need to get a new one of this. So this is also something that I really like. And then I'm also using like mouthwash that has like xylitol, but I've used it up and I threw it away because I didn't know I was gonna like use it for a video. So I'll show like a picture of the one that I was using, but I don't think it matters which one you use as long as it has xylitol. Then for cleansing, I use my Philips Sonicare toothbrush. I have this now probably also since 2006 or 2007, I don't know. Love it, one of my favorites. And then I started using this like recently, well, a year ago. So this is like an electric water flosser and yeah, it really makes a difference. Like sometimes I think my teeth are clean until I start using this, and then when you have to like spit out the water, I still see like a little piece of vegetable Brightfacial, so I know this works. And yeah, this also, I'm all about electric toothbrushes. I don't like the manual ones. I've tried actually like a few months ago again, and no, like this one is so much better. It works faster, and it does like a really good thorough cleaning of my teeth. So also a very, very important. So this is also like part of my self-care routine. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now for body. I am obsessed with golden, like that golden goddess kind of skin. You know, that golden hour skin, I love that. So for me, this is also like an essential part in my self-care routine. Again, my physical self-care routine. There's also like an internal self-care routine, I think, which is also very important. But this video is like the physical one. So yeah, I love this type of like golden glow. And so what I like to use for this, and actually like what I have on right now, is this one. This is the Neo Golden Hour Body Moisturizer. So for years, I've been using products that enhance or just give the skin like this very golden hour, golden goddess kind of skin. I am obsessed with this. And I have like a lot of products that have the ability to do this. You know, especially like my favorite brand, Vita Liberata, which is like a self-tanning brand. Tan Luxe, also a really good one. But this is just a moisturizer. It's a moisturizer, but it gives the skin, as you can see, this very like luminous golden kind of glow, which for me is very important. It's obviously like more of a summer kind of product, because if I wore like a sweater, what's the point? And it would also like stain my clothes. So this is like perfect for summertime. In the winter, I would just use something that's not tinted, or I would just do like my self-tanning routine and then just use like an oil or whatever. But I really love having gold skin. You know, that's just my thing. I love that peachy golden complexion. Now I'm, you know, Mediterranean, so I feel like I look best with like a golden kind of sun-kissed glow. When I look a little bit more pale, then I feel like when you have like Mediterranean skin, the skin can sometimes look a little bit sallow. If you have like more olive skin, it might look a little bit more green. If you have more golden peachy skin like me, it would look more yellow. So I really love this type of skin. Now obviously, if you have like very fair porcelain skin, then there are so many ways that you can enhance that. So there's no like rule where you need to look sun-kissed. Like that's just my personal look and I love it. But I think porcelain skin is also very, very beautiful, especially if you have like dark hair. You know, it creates that very like Snow White kind of effect. I think that's very, very beautiful as well. So it's all about enhancing. I mean, you can do whatever you want. If you prefer like the tan, obviously go for that. Or if you want to like enhance like the fair porcelain kind of skin and make the skin look very creamy. But I love this type of like golden, like a soft, creamy golden glow. That is like my thing. And so obviously tanning is like, you know, an essential part of my routine as well. Now I'm currently using this one. So this is the Josie Maran Gold Self-Tanning Oil, and then this is like a gradual self-tanning. So this is built by Josie Maran, one of my all-time favorite brands, but very, very difficult to get my hands on. So once I finish this, I'm gonna go back to Vita Liberata, which is my all-time favorite brand. I've used it for so many years, and it gives me like the most gorgeous golden hour, golden goddess skin. So yeah, so this is now what I'm currently using, but once I finish this, I'm definitely gonna go back to my all-time favorite, which is Vita Liberata. I also like Tan Luxe. So Vita Liberata is like a very golden yellow based tan, whereas Tan Luxe is more peachy. So I like both, but my favorite is like the golden complexion. For me, like having that very like golden kind of glow is also an essential part of my self-care glow up kind of routine. And if I want like an additional glow to my skin, this is also something that I have used for many years. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the Super Model Body Shimmer Highlighter. And I actually have like a little bit of this on as well, so you can see what it looks like. This is so good. This is like a red carpet kind of glow, so I love this. Another one is like also by Vita Liberata, and it's the Body Blur. Also very, very beautiful. And it really does like blur the skin. So if you have like veins, cellulites, scars, like it's gonna remove all of that. So this one and like the Vita Liberata one, just like the Body Blur, are like the best if I want to look like extra glowing. This is also really beautiful on your legs, by the way. you know, so if it's like summertime and you're wearing like a skirt or a dress, you know, apply this on your legs and it's definitely like a showstopper. So this is also part of my self-care, you know, glow up routine, and that is I love having a golden hour kind of complexion. So that is also like something that I consider to be essential. So I used to like really be into products like body lotions, body oils that were like very scented because I didn't use like perfumes. Something that I've been using for many years is this by NYX, which is like very known. This is the Huile Prodigieuse or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, so like these two oils, I have already like finished this one up. So this is like the pink version, which has been like released a few years ago, but this is like the classic one. And as you can see, I've used up a lot of it. It's still like one of my favorites, but this is like the type of stuff that I used to use when I didn't use perfume. So if you don't like using perfume, there's a lot of like scented skincare products out there, like body lotions, oils. And this one is like a cult product. It's, you know, very, very famous. So this is something that I have used for many, many years, and I have recommended this to many people and they're all obsessed with it. My sister's like obsessed with this, my best friend, like everybody loves this. So definitely something I recommend if you want like a scented skincare product that smells very luxurious. It's like a very divine kind of smell, I think. I don't know. It smells very sophisticated, very divine, very warm. So I really, really like this. However, now, probably like in the past 2 years, I have finally found my signature scent. And I think this is such a like fun discovery for anyone really to like, you know, discover like what is your essence, like what is your scent, your signature scent. So for me, that would be any like perfume that is dark, mysterious, intoxicating, like very sensual, alluring, something deep. That is like my signature scent. I've always felt drawn to that type of energy, like ever since I was a child, you know. So once I discovered these types of perfumes, I have never looked back. So for example, this is like the Givenchy Forbidden Rouge, and I would say this is probably like my signature scent. You know, it's a very warm, sensual, inviting kind of perfume, whereas this is also very sensual, also very sexy, but it's much more cold. So this is what I call the you can look but you can't touch perfume. That's the vibe that this perfume gives me. It's a very cold, icy kind of perfume, yet it's very sensual, very like alluring. It's a very sexy kind of scent. So I really like these types of scents, like Poison, for example. I have like the entire Poison collection because my first perfume I've ever bought was by Dior, and it was the Poison one. It was not this one, it was the purple one. This one is another one. Like my sister bought this for my birthday and I am obsessed with this. So this is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl, I think. Yeah, this is like also a very sensual, sexy kind of perfume. So I love this type of scent, you know? I don't follow those rules of like, this is like a daytime perfume and this is a nighttime perfume. Like I have my signature scent and I like it dark, I like it sensual, I like it powerful. And so that's gonna be my perfume morning, noon, and night. Like I don't care. So I don't like those rules, you know? I don't know who makes the rules. So yeah, I think that's like the fun part of beauty, you know? It's like a form of self-expression. And I think it like so much fun to figure out like what scent suits your personality. So for example, I feel like everyone should like go on their own little self-discovery and like figure out what is like your essence. What is you? What makes you stand out of the crowd? I don't like those, I know it's like very in right now, like it's very trendy on social media and YouTube. They talk about, what is it called? You know, feminine energy stuff and like a high value woman. I'm not into that stuff. First of all, it sounds very bossy. Like I don't like somebody telling me what is a high value woman. Like I will be the judge of that. And it also like reinforces this idea that, you know, like we're flawed and there's this like ideal and it's like one size fits all, even though there's probably like, I don't know, 7 to 8 billion people on this planet. I mean, there has to be like your tribe, you know, like people that like vibe with you, that are like on the same page, right? And would probably like appreciate you for who you are. So even though, yes, I like these very like dark, what would be considered dark feminine stuff, it's not because like TikTok told me that. It's because I've always felt drawn to that, like ever since I was a child, I think. So for example, if you're somebody that has more of that like ingenue kind of type, you know, essence, think about Audrey Hepburn or maybe like Natalie Portman, especially like when she was campaigning for Miss Dior. When you have that type of essence, that very like fresh, youthful, playful, but you have that very like almost childlike youthfulness, you know, that very soft, more girly kind of essence, then obviously go for that, you know. But there's not like this one size fits all and this is like what the perfect woman should be, or this is what like the ideal man should be. Like, I don't like listening to that. I like individuality. I like things that stand out, things that are unique. That is like what I love about, you know, my self-care routine, is to figure out what is me, like what is my essence, what is who I am, how do I want to like express myself. And everybody, I think, should go on that kind of self-discovery kind of journey and figure out like what is their essence. And then final but not least, enhancing your favorite features. Whether you do this through makeup, fashion, this is also another part that I really enjoy. For me personally, for example, let's talk makeup. I definitely have like a signature type of makeup look. I've discovered that look for me, I think in 2019, even though I always loved it ever since I was a child. But I really realized that I love, you know, that dark, smoldering, smoky eye kind of look. I could wear this any time of the day. Again, I don't follow any of those rules, like this is a nighttime look or it's for like festive or parties or whatever. I don't care. I like smoky eyes, you know, like a nice dark smoky eye, or something like a nice bold color. I'm not afraid to use color. So it can be something like a sapphire blue or an emerald green, like black with silver, or just black, maybe like a coppery shade, chocolate, you know, but just like something really dark, and then like a nice nude lip. Or another thing that I like, especially back when I was a brunette, was like the very vampy look, you know. So I would do like a one and done kind of eyeshadow with like some mascara, and then like a very dark vampy kind of lipstick look. I actually have a tutorial on this. Like, I'll show like a little card here above. So it's like a smoldering hot vampy kind of look, but like summer inspired. But obviously I can also do like a fall version of that, so I would use like different colors. But that is like something that I really like when I do my makeup. I'm very like inspired by, you know, 60s and 90s beauty, like for hair and for makeup. That's where I get like most of my inspiration from ever since I was a child. So those are like my two favorite beauty eras, and I think it's supposed to be like really fun to discover like what is your look, like what is your type, what is your personality. Maybe you're like a very tomboy kind of girl, maybe you don't even want to wear makeup, or maybe you have that kind of like rock chick kind of vibe, that very like undone makeup or hair and like fashion. Like, you would maybe like just use everything with like your fingers. You would just like roughly apply like your eyeshadow, maybe like a cream eyeshadow or whatever, or like a pencil, and just like smudge it everywhere, some mascara, and then like messy like hair, and then you're like out the door. Maybe you prefer more of a gothic kind of style, or you know, something that's more soft, more, you know, like that soft feminine, more girly kind of vibe. It's all about self-discovery. That is like my philosophy around beauty. All about finding like your true essence and finding like what is true to you, like your signature look. I think like that's the most fun part of beauty. It's just figuring that out. And yeah, like these days everything is like very generic. Everybody looks the same, everybody does their makeup the same, like everything looks the same, you know, which I think is really boring. So I like it when people stand out and they just are true to themselves and they don't care about like any trends. They just do whatever works for them. That's what I'm all about. So yeah, this is obviously what is for me, what I like. But I really love seeing like that diversity, you know, when I see somebody that has like that very undone rock chick kind of look, or someone that likes it very girly, very youthful, or like me, if you like it very dark, very sensual, very mysterious. And this is like a physical glow up routine kind of video. Obviously I also think, you know, the more internal kind of glow up is also very important. Yeah, so I think it's all about self-discovery and just figuring out what is your true essence. That is, I think, it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was useful. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'm gonna say, I think we're done. Till next time.